Hey guys, it's Viv
and G.
Welcome to our channel. So we just finished watching episode 7 of The Bachelor with Colton. Yes. I cannot believe it's been 7 weeks already.
I know, and there are only 7 girls left in this episode. And by the end of the episode, we'll only have 4 girls. Which, you guys know what that means. Hometowns! Oh my goodness, I am so excited.
So this week, we went to Colton's home state of Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and we see him meet up with former Bachelor Ben Higgins. Oh, one of our favorites. Perfect Ben. And they had a quick conversation, just Ben giving some advice to Colton, and Colton opening up saying that he can't believe he is actually falling in love with multiple women. So that was a cute little thing, and then we move over to the park where Colton meets up with all of the women, and he pulls Tayshia for the first one-on-one.
Yeah, so they went grocery shopping, they hung out, they had ice cream. It was a really normal, casual date. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Yeah, he just took her to some of his favorite spots that he goes to sometimes, and it was really sweet.
Yeah, so one important part of today's date with Tayshia was while they were eating ice cream, he is just so kind of caught up with what the girls who left last week said to him as they left, which is some of the girls in the house are still not ready for marriage and are talking about being the next bachelorette.
Yes.
Which really scares Colton because he's really, I mean, you can tell he's slowly falling for some of these girls. Yeah. So he asks Tayshia in confidence and is like, hey, in the house, who would you say is not ready? Mm-hmm. And she said there are 2 girls that are not ready for engagement and are talking about being the next bachelorette, which was 2 of my favorites, Cassie and Caitlin.
That was definitely very disheartening to hear about them.
One thing that I loved about Colton, and he was pretty open about it today, was he asked Tayshia this question because when the girls were leaving last week who said there are girls that are not ready to be engaged or talking about being the next bachelorette, he knew that they weren't talking about Tayshia.
Right.
So he feels really
comfortable.
He feels that Tayshia's super genuine and feels...
He trusts her, for sure.
So then we move to the night part of the date where Colton actually brings Tayshia to his apartment, which is a really big move, in my opinion, in the Bachelor world, of course.
Yeah.
And they cook dinner. They're being super cute. She ends up at the end of the night, like, putting on his football jersey, which I was like,
it was so cute.
It was really cute. But anyways, they had some really important conversation. One, they were talking about hometowns. If Tayshia brings Colton home, he's gonna have some harder conversations with her dad because I guess he's a stickler.
And Colton said that he really needs her dad's blessing before he can go through with a proposal. And at the end of the night, Colton did say that he is starting to fall in love with Tayshia after this date.
Yes, and of course, gave her the first rose of the night.
Yes. And now we move into our second one-on-one, which is with Kaylin. And Colton takes her snowboarding, which she has never done before. So it was a cute little date. You know, he got to help her a little bit and everything like that. And basically, right after they were done with that, they were sitting down and Colton goes right into it and confronts her about her not being there for the right reasons. And truthfully, you know that she's been one of our favorites since day 1. Her answer to Colton just seemed very disingenuous and, I don't know, very rehearsed, I feel.
I'll be honest, after hearing Tayshia and everything that was brought up before, my feelings for Kaylin just dropped incredibly. So to me, watching it, I was like, gee, I'm waiting for that pageant answer.
Yeah.
And I hate stereotyping, you know, beauty pageant women out there, but it's, I don't know, she came off disingenuous.
She really did. Obviously, she just denied it all, and she was very pissed about it, but it just didn't seem real to us. So then we move into the night part of the date where they have dinner, and they discuss this a little bit more. She says that she feels like her future is being ripped away from her because of all the rumors, and she's still really upset by this. And on this night part of the date, they both expressed that they were falling in love with each other, which is a really big deal.
That's a really big deal after what Tayshia just said.
Yeah. And, of course, Colton ended up giving her the rose, and then they moved down to another Bachelor favorite, a little concert by Brett Young, and they had some awkward dancing, kissing, swaying stuff going on.
It did look a little awkward. So the next day, Kaylin and Cassie are talking in one of the bedrooms, and Kaylin is obviously livid with what happened the day before on her date and how Colton was really questioning her based on what Tayshia said. But their conversation, they just both seemed guilty of something.
Yeah.
Like maybe one of them did say something, or I don't know, but I just felt like they had been caught.
Yeah, they just seemed like they had such a fake and like lying conversation, and maybe there was a conversation that they knew would be brought up that got taken out of context or something, but it was a very strange conversation. And then right after that, Kaylin then confronted Tayshia about it, and that was just really stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a really quick, short conversation where I think they did need to talk to each other, but ended up walking away not really resolving anything other than that's how Tayshia felt versus that's how Kaylin felt.
Exactly.
So now we move on to date number 3 with Hannah B. Colton ends up taking Hannah B to his parents' house, which is a huge deal.
I was shocked that he chose her to bring home.
Me too. Anyways, on their way to the house, Colton's hand was on her lap, and she wasn't holding his hand. She was just like, I don't know. Did anyone else notice that? Was it just me? I'm like, why isn't she holding his hand?
She wasn't being like affectionate. I think she was just nervous because they were like driving in the car and she's like, where are we going? Like, ah.
Anyways, moving along. So they went to the parents' house. Hannah B is like smiling from ear to ear.
Like always.
Like always. Super, super excited. Is talking to Colton's mom, and Colton's dad pulls Colton aside, and they have a really good conversation where Colton's dad was telling him, you need to trust your gut. Don't always listen to all the girls and what they're saying. Really listen to your intuition and really look for what you want and what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm, exactly. After that conversation with his dad, I definitely think that he already knew what he wanted to do with Hannah. And their car ride was very awkward, and she could kind of feel it,
I mean, she was like, Colton, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And it was just awkward.
Yeah. And then we go into the night part of the date where they are having dinner, and at first it seemed okay. And she expressed again that she was falling in love with him, but he just said, you know what, like, I'm just not there. And he ended up sending her home.
Mm-hmm. She was really sad. But she kept it together.
She did.
She kept it together.
Yeah. She was very sad. You could tell, like, her eyes were tearing up and everything, but I was surprised.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get more emotional.
Yeah, I think that she was just so shocked that she didn't even know what to say. Like, she wasn't even saying anything at first.
Mm-mm.
But then, right as she goes in the car, what does she say to Colton?
The same thing he's been hearing.
Mm-hmm. Over and over again. You need to listen to people about people's intentions, which it's just crazy that all these girls keep saying this. So now we have the last date of the night, and there were 4 girls on this date. Hannah G, Heather, Cassie, and Kirpa.
Yes. So the first one to get time along with Colton was Heather. And I was not expecting this, I'll be honest. She pulled him aside, and they're having a one-on-one, some one-on-one time. And she pretty much tells him, like, I'm not ready for you to meet my family. Mm-hmm. I'm not ready for what's going to happen next on this journey.
Yeah.
And goes home.
Self-eliminates.
Yep.
A lot of those this
Yes,
season.
a lot of self-eliminations this season.
Yeah. And the funniest thing is she, like, hops on this train that they headed over on. And she's just on, like, the back of it, just, like, standing there, like, slowly going backwards. It was so funny.
It was really
super
funny.
dramatic. So, again, the theme of the night, girls not being here for the right reasons. Kirpa and Hannah G are talking, and Hannah G said, there have been some red flags with these girls talking about Kaylin and Cassie. So now it's another one. Like, Kirpa's been saying it, Tayshia, and now Hannah G as well.
Mm-hmm. So then Colton pulls Cassie aside, And just like Kaylin, he confronts her, and her answer just seemed disingenuous.
It could be the way the producers are editing this, because you guys know that we've loved both of them since day one.
Right.
But now it's like making us not like them. I don't know.
Are we going crazy? The producers doing this to us? Like,
are you guys seeing that? Like, are you guys getting some weird vibes from them as well, or what?
What's happening? So then he pulls Kirpa aside, and same thing. I mean, she opened up very quickly about who she thinks is disingenuous, and she also mentioned Cassie and Kaylin. And it really is just playing with Colton's head. Like, what is going on? It almost seems, if I was in his shoes, not really knowing what's going on behind the scenes, that the house has been split.
Oh, yeah.
Between Cassie and Kaylin and Kirpa and everyone else. So after this conversation with Kirpa, obviously Colton is confused as can be now. He goes back to where Hannah G and Cassie are sitting and picks up the 2 roses and is like, guys, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I will pass these out at the night part of the date. So then we move to the night part of the date. And it was actually really, really cute how he started, because he goes, if there's one thing I was made sure of today is that, and then he picks up a rose, takes Hannah G outside, and gives it to her.
Yes.
It was really cute.
And then she heads back to the house with Tayshia and Kaylin and gives a little lowdown, but they still don't know who's going home at this point.
Nope.
So after Hannah G goes back to the house, we then see Kaylin interrupt the group date and talk to Colton. And she ends up telling him, you know, when you care about someone, you love someone, you obviously want what's best for them. And you know, even if this is affecting their relationship, you know, and not progressing their relationship, she needed to tell him what was going on. And we didn't see exactly what she said after that, but clearly she said that Cassie was here for the right reasons, because then we see Colton go downstairs and give that rose to Cassie and send Kirpa home.
So now we are left with the final 4. We are going to hometowns next week. Things are really, like, uneasy for me for Colton.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how he's feeling right now.
I'm confused. I don't know how I'm feeling about these girls anymore. I'm sure he's super confused. I don't know. I mean, overall, like, taking the, you know, last week and this week out of it, I think these 4 girls are amazing. Like, we love Kaylin. We love Cassie. Tayshia is so... I love her. And Hannah G, I mean, I could do without her, I guess. But they're pretty solid girls.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Who do you think's going to go home, though, next week?
I think Hannah G, I think. Does only one girl go home next week?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think Hannah G. I mean, even though she got that first impression rose, I don't know, I just don't think she has that much of a personality, and I think maybe the hometowns will kind of show, like, no, she's kind of boring. I don't know. Maybe.
I have no idea who's going to go home next week.
Yeah.
0 clue. Like, this week just threw me in for, like, a ringer. Cassie and Kaylin, who are my favorite, are now not my favorite.
Yeah.
Except for I know that they're, like, the chemistry they have with Colton is, like, through the roof, so it's just so confusing.
Yeah. It is. It's very confusing. What do you guys think? Like, are you guys confused?
Yes, please let us know down below. Comment down below who you guys think is going home next week.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification so you can see every time that we upload a new video.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed and will be joining us next week for the hometown dates.
Yes, yay. Bye, guys.
Bye, have a good week.